the gas.
Call the meeting to order at 1 p.m. This meeting will be recorded and will be posted to YouTube and other social media platforms. By participating in this meeting, you understand that the recording could contain your video stream or your audio stream, including images of yourself or anyone in the room with you. If you choose to enable your video or audio device during the meeting, that's folks on Zoom, as well as anything or anyone else that may be in the background could be recorded. The recording could include any opinions you contribute and anything you say about yourself. On occasion, chat within the meeting could also be captured in the meeting recording. Therefore, anyone attending the recorded meeting may have aspects of their personal data recorded if they actively participate or not. All right, welcome. First item was to review and approve minutes, and I got about halfway through that this morning and had to bail. So
Okay.
I don't have any minutes to produce for this meeting from the last one, but I'll try to get them for the next meeting that we have. And then as far as updates on tasks at the first meeting, would anyone like to start on any updates they have since?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I sent a package the next day after a meeting to Mary Jude Paisley. She's the Regional Director of the Mass DEP Central Office. And I summarized our concerns about noise concerns and wetland concerns and the risk to Quabbin water. And asked why we've not heard anything back from the previous people at Mass DEP that we've written to. Tom Hanna for acoustical noise issues, and Judith Schmitz and the circuit rider. And we'll see if we get a response back from that one. And then I also tracked the notification to Zoval and BHT OCAM that the permit has lapsed, and tracking it down, that's been delivered. So we'll see if there's any response from him to that.
Okay. Any updates from you, Dennis?
No, I have meetings tonight, so I haven't spoken to the board on any of the things I had.
Okay,
But will be tonight.
okay. And just look real quick. I had a couple of, I had at least one major follow-up, and then I just want to make sure I didn't have any others. So I said that I would draft some letters to our state reps and federal.
Yeah, I was just looking at my stuff. I was gonna ask you about that.
Yep. So I think I still have a few more to do, but I did do a draft to Peter Durant and a draft to Don Berthium. And I did a draft to Senator Markey and Senator Warren.
Right.
If you want to give those a quick look and see if they look like they're on the right track, and obviously they need to be spruced up a bit and maybe edited slightly and then put on letterhead, but that's kind of what I was coming up with. If anyone would like to come up and read these. We'll make them available at the table. You're welcome to take a look.
Frustration with the lack of transparency and meaningful engagement of the citing process. Yep. Those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I could have written a 10-page letter, but I tried to keep it succinct.
That's good. That's right. Yep.
Be a lot made up.
Yeah. And the only other person I didn't do off the top of my head would be our congressman. And is that McGovern?
Yes.
Okay. But I would probably do like a similar one to the Warren and Markey letters to
Mhm.
McGovern.
Yeah.
For the federal folks, I did add the sentence. I may want to add it to the others too, although it might not be necessary about the fact that this is a for-profit company from out of state.
Mhm.
I just thought that might be a little bit more compelling for the federal folks to go like, why do you want us to get involved with this state issue, you know?
Yeah, I think they're fine.
All right.
Do you want me to keep these and give them to the board tonight? Or do you want to?
You keep them but I might try to email you more updated versions
Mhm.
before tonight.
Okay.
And I'll CC Maribel too. And then, and I'm assuming because the chair has recused, it shouldn't be signed by the chair, right? It should be assigned by either you or
Me and Mike.
Mike. Yeah, or both of you. Yeah. Okay. And so I'll try to get, there was one or two other little details I thought I might want to add around in the content. But that's the gist of it. And I was trying to fit it all on one page.
I'll just give them these, let them read them, get the idea of what we're thinking.
Yeah,
And
yeah, so
maybe,
they have time to,
maybe you can take a vote and see if they won't sign it. And whatever you forward to us, we can have here and they can just sign it.
gotcha.
Like you said, Don probably won't sign it because
Right.
he's gonna recuse himself from
Recused, yeah.
anything to do with it.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Okay, good. So I'll try to get you like a more updated version later today if I can swing it.
okay,
Things are getting kind of tight. So, but it gives you something. And that was the next agenda item was just outreach to state of Fed officials. So if the board is amenable to, doing the outreach and doing it as from the board, then we can just go forward with that. If they want it done a different way or they're not amenable, then we'll just bring it up at next meeting, to kind of take it from there.
Good.
And if those do go out, it might also be helpful. I'm just gonna say hint, for members of the public to also request similarly of their state reps and
Mhm.
federal
Yeah.
reps and things like that.
Yeah. I think some people are doing that already.
Yeah, they might be. Okay. So the next thing on here is the public hearing logistics and preparation. So going to be at the school, we know that. Is it our understanding, does anyone know that um, the EFSB will be sort of bringing like equipment and everything to the space to sort of make sure that there's like a appropriate audio visual kind of gear there
I
and
believe
everything?
they are. I think they bring their own and set it up.
Okay,
So will they set up the Zoom process if,
that's my question. What I've seen in the other hearings is that there's like this usually like a very large, flat screen
Mhm.
that's kind of behind their table.
yeah,
And that's where the Zoom action is happening, but
Mhm.
like right behind them, so the audience can see them, and then they see behind them the screen with the Zoom participation. And then there's microphones at the table,
Mhm.
several,
Yeah.
and usually a podium with a
Yeah.
microphone also
Mhm.
for the audience or anyone getting up to speak at.
Mhm.
But again, I just want to, I didn't know if there was anyone, in who's sort of like, here locally, is it somebody at the school or town hall or whatever that's sort of communicating with them about the logistics, just because
I know Maribel has.
the space is kind of like, unless it's
Mhm.
well done, that space is like, kind of bad acoustically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it
if
is.
you've got hundreds of people in there, I do worry a little bit about people being able to hear.
Yeah.
So I just hope they come prepared with, good, like Rolling Stones concert kind of setup. Or is it the Who? I think it's the Who, right? They had the loudest
Oh, yeah.
amplifiers. They might. But you think it's Maribel that's been talking to them about it? Okay.
You want me to run out and ask her?
Um,
She's in the office.
Yeah, good.
yeah, sure.
Sherry's gone.
I checked the docket today.
Yeah,
And there's a letter from James and Danielle Stevens, the next door neighbors to asking if they can be interveners. So if you can talk about how intervener status works.
sure.
Can individuals get that status or does it have to
Yep.
be?
Yeah, organizations, individuals and municipalities can petition to be an intervener.
Mhm.
And I had thought that they weren't taking any requests until after the hearing, but it looked like in the notice they were taking it as of a certain date
Mhm.
before the hearing even, which is,
Okay.
and that the big thing to remember is that the October 30th, I think, is the deadline to petition.
Mhm.
But yeah, my understanding, Phil, is that either a single party or a group of up to 10 people together, or a organization, um, a formal organization, or the municipality itself, and all of the above sort of have some type of status under the regulations to intervene.
Mhm.
But it's not just sort of a standing status. You actually have to like basically write a formal um, document that explains who you are, what you're, why you want to intervene,
Mhm.
how you will be affected by that decision. And then you also, in some cases, I think for the organizations that are a little bit further removed, I think they also have to show that they have some type of unique uh, information or unique perspective to add to the process that none of the other parties have.
Mhm.
Um, and when you file these petitions, I believe there's copies that are also provided to the petitioner
Mhm.
and their attorneys.
Mhm.
And then there's a process, I guess, that unfolds from there where there can be some back and forth between the EFSB and the petitioner on challenging those requests. So if
Just applying, you're not automatically gonna be.
you're not automatically just by applying, the FSB itself could turn you down, but even if they are considering you, the petitioner can challenge each party too and try to have them not allowed.
So the posted request from the Stevens is then somebody will, probably from the FSB will tell them this is what you need to do.
So, I've actually seen a mix of people who like private parties in particular, like
Mhm.
abutters and residents.
Mhm.
I've seen them just send an email that kind of, I don't know if that's sufficient or not, but I've
Mhm.
seen that done
Mhm.
to get them into the process.
Mhm.
But when I've seen it done by towns and organizations and other parties, it's actually like a legal document that is, prepared very formally in the form of a typical court, motion in that style. And they can be very lengthy and explanatory.
So individuals may not have that kind of resource available.
They might not. I mean, if they hire a lawyer, they might be able to. I'll get to you in one moment. I'm sorry. They might, if they hire a lawyer, but if they're doing it on their own, they wouldn't necessarily go about it that way. And that could or could not influence whether they're accepted or not too. So,
Mhm.
yeah. So, Scott,
I don't understand this process completely, but I do know that interveners have more legal standing than anybody else. In this letter that the Stevens sent in, we're gonna send the same thing and we're gonna encourage all the neighbors to do the same thing, because all you're doing is holding your place.
Mhm.
You're not doing anything else. You're not bringing a suit. But if you don't file, nobody's gonna know, you have no standing at all.
Mhm.
And if you look at that, whoever files, a copy of that goes to their lawyer.
Mhm.
So how many people are opposing this? This is what the lawyer is looking at. Well, if the Stevenses are the only ones that have sent this thing in to the DPU, it's gonna look like, well, nobody else in the neighborhood really cares, and this is gonna be a cakewalk.
Are you talking
Right.
about speaking at the hearing, or are you talking?
No, I'm talking
you
about
know,
getting our neighbors who really aren't up to speed on this whole project to do the same thing the Stevenses did. So they're on record of wanting to litigate if that is what it comes to.
Mhm.
So if you read that, that's what I got out of it. There's a
Yeah.
deadline. There's a deadline. The lawyer wants to know how much money he's gonna be spending to talk to all these people. But not only does that go to the DPU, it goes to their attorney.
that's correct.
Mhm.
So, and I'm not an expert on this either. I'm dipping in for the first time, but from what I've understood, Scott, is that, you're right, that intervener status, if allowed, if you petition and it's allowed by the FSB and it survives any challenge, right? Then what that entitles you to is all communications going forward on the whole process to be, given those communications, all legal documents that are filed that might be withheld from the public while the process is continued. It allows you to file a legal brief on your own behalf with your own position into the process. It allows you to cross-examine any witnesses that are brought into the evidentiary hearing. And then most important, and bring your own witnesses in as well. And it's strongly encouraged from everything I've read that if you are an intervener, you should have legal counsel represent you. You can go pro se, but that's an additional hurdle to be allowed to do. And then finally, the privilege you have as an intervener is the standing to appeal to the SJC, the decision. Anyone that's not an intervener has no standing to appeal the decision and has no ability to participate in the evidentiary hearings as a party that can cross-examine and present witnesses. But there is another status called limited participant, which is very similar to intervener in the process. You have to petition for that status. And that's sort of a light version of what I just described. You're allowed to receive communications about the proceedings. You're allowed to observe the proceedings. You're allowed to file a brief, but that's it. You're not allowed to actually engage in the hearing process itself with cross-examination or testimony or anything like that. And you also don't have any appeal rights as a limited participant. So it's sort of like a in-between step. And then also, as you correctly pointed out, if you do neither, then you have no standing or any involvement in the
That's why I'm
process
Trying to get my neighbors to.
whatsoever
understand.
until the decision is rendered. And even after. So, yes,
According to this, it says you have 14 calendar days after the public comment hearing. of the
correct.
Project, so.
Yep.
It's limited.
The time is limited, but what I misunderstood initially is that I thought you weren't even able to file until then, but you actually can file beforehand, according to the notice that just went out. So the deadline for all of this, for either a limited participant or for a intervener, is October 30th to file. Then there's a process, as I said, that unfolds after that, where there's going to be some decision making around allowing or disallowing those petitions.
Is the town going to try, like the boards going to try to be interveners, or can they?
That's the plan.
Will that be with town council?
Yes,
Because again, town council is one of the ones we haven't heard anything back from. I did send him
yeah, I'm
the
gonna
board.
discuss that tonight. And
Okay, good.
basically what I'm looking for tonight at the selectmen's meeting is for us to be able to contact town council and
Mhm.
get things moving, get
Yeah.
things figured out.
yeah. Yeah, if it turns out that they're just not responding, is there an alternative to go to a different council? Are we committed?
There could be.
Mhm.
My experience is that if we're paying for the service, we'll get the service
Mhm.
from them.
Yeah, as a, if I can get this board or committee permission to talk to town council, we can start talking to them and say,
Mhm.
What's up with this? What's up? You need to file for intervener status. Here's what we want,
Yeah,
I'm thinking, talking to him before, I'm thinking he's probably got that, and that's more gonna come at the later, after the hearing.
Mhm.
So he's probably not really acting on it ahead of the hearing,
Mhm.
but I don't know that for
It'd
sure.
be great if you would tell us that.
Yeah. Can't disagree.
Okay. So public hearing logistics and preparation, as we just spoke, we probably should, I don't get the sense that we necessarily need legal counsel to prepare for the
hearing.
public hearing. I think
Right.
that's all just organizing ourselves and having people plan to speak and, talking about what kind of, points we hope that we can raise. But as far as them attending the hearing just to observe, we could consider asking them that, or we could just say, watch the video when it's put online, because they'll be able to, it is going to be recorded and available on YouTube to see. So I don't even think it's like essential, in my opinion, that they actually be there, but.
Right, and I think that's kind of what I was saying, why he's not really acting too much on it right now.
Mhm.
The October 30th is just to file for intervener status,
Right.
and then everything will start after that.
That's when it gets interesting. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. For them. Yes, Sherry.
Just Maribel said they are all set. They hired a company from Boston to do all the
Audio.
recording and all that.
Yeah.
And she said they also got a hold of Quabbin for any other information that they needed
For the school, just to see what the school has and whatnot.
So
Yeah.
They should be all set. as
Okay.
far as that goes.
All right. Well, that's a relief to hear. And by the way, I mean, in addition to putting information out about the hearing, we should let people know that if for some reason they show up and can't get in, that they can always, go back home and watch it live stream and even participate over live stream, if necessary, if there's more people physically that can fit in the space.
How many people can fit in that gym? Is there a limit with the five?
I'm sure there's a limit. I don't know what it is. Does anyone?
Find that out, because I mean,
Your department may know.
Yeah.
What I heard is they're gonna have in the cafeteria and they're also gonna have overflow into the gym. So between the two.
Okay. And if that, and again, and if that isn't enough, then some people will be able to still go back and get on their computer and watch it. And then, another thing is, I think we want to, urge the, those mobile signs that we talked about a few weeks ago, getting those positioned around town with the, hearing time and date, to advertise it further. I'm guessing half the town's well aware already, but there still could be a few people who
Yeah.
aren't aware.
Oh, there's a lot of people that do not know about this.
Right.
Okay,
A lot of people that do not know the scope of this thing.
yep,
They think this is a storage for used lithium batteries. They think this thing's already been voted down in town.
yep,
And I can tell you, because I stood at the bottom of the school driveway, passing stuff out the first day of school. And these people that have their kids going to that school,
Mhm.
they have no idea what's going on,
mhm,
none.
mhm. That's sad. I mean, hopefully we can do something about that between now and the hearing. I'm sorry, I just want to get through a few more of the agenda things and we will get to public session unless there was something urgent.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Just the other thoughts I had about preparing for the hearing. I think it would be a good, in addition to seeing if we can get some state and federal officials there, I think it would be a good idea if as many of the boards and committees in OCAM and even the department heads as possible, make an effort to be there and hopefully get up and speak. And you don't see that a lot in some of the other hearings, all the time. So I think it would be, good if we could do that. And, I think this committee and maybe some of us even individually could also offer, support if anyone needed it for like constructing a speech or writing talking points from their perspective. I think the Conservation Commission has a lot of issues specific to them that, could be raised. I think the planning board has issues. There's also some overlap, but I think there's, specific things from the planning board, probably from the Board of Health, certainly from the chief of police, the fire department, the highway department, and from the Board of Selectmen. Maybe even from some other town committees and so forth. So I think this committee could maybe do some individual reach outs to representatives from those different town compartments and first of all, encourage them to attend and speak, but also offer that kind of support as well. I think it can be a challenging thing, I think, to get up and speak in general, but also to do it in a time limit and get your points across and cover the ground that you need to cover, knowing that other parts of the town will be covering parts they need to cover, and you don't need to go in there and swing away and
Keep
do
saying the
everything.
same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to kind of bring it up as something that we can do between now and October 16th to sort of prepare for the official part of the public comments. And I didn't know if you guys had any thoughts or concerns about doing that kind of legwork.
No, I think it's a good idea to try and coordinate as many different subjects from as many different people as we can.
Mhm.
Like I said, instead of just keep talking about the same thing.
Yeah,
As far as the Board of Selectmen, I'm planning on talking,
okay,
so
okay, great,
I gotta come up with something to say, but
all right.
politely.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
That's the hard part.
Would you be okay with one of us or even yourself reaching out to the department heads and kind of individually just sort of
Yeah, I can do that.
talking to them about their availability and if they can plan to get, again, all it takes, I think, is like a 2 or 3 minute delivery.
Yes.
Yeah,
but I
3
think-
minutes is,
Yeah,
it's about a sheet of paper, really.
exactly.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it shows I think it just it'll show that the town is hanging together on this and willing to speak out,
Mhm.
in every nook and cranny that we have.
But one friend who keeps asking me if he can get some pro battery park signs printed. Not serious, but he keeps needling me that way.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, I think after the initial, set of comments, if they turn out to be, in opposition, I think we should expect that there will be some proponents that certainly the petitioner will be there and will be,
Yeah,
selling the idea in their presentation, but they may also be given the opportunity between speakers to add more, selling points, if you will.
mhm.
But there could also be speakers coming in over Zoom from all over
Yeah.
the place. There
Yeah.
could be people from our own town that are in favor that want to speak. So I think everyone should just expect that, not be surprised, and
Mm.
make sure that all the points that the folks want to get across. Um, okay. Now, I did have on the other agenda, which we passed over, and I think it was just inadvertent, unintentional, but it was just drafting, and this kind of goes with what I was just saying about getting all the different representatives of the town to come to the hearing. But I thought it might be a good idea to just draft a quick, maybe email or letter or something that just goes out to everybody on OCAM
Good.
Mass,
Yeah.
just to inform them that this committee is up and running,
Yeah.
what we're doing. Please come and, attend meetings if you can,
Mhm.
and please bring any issues or questions that you have that are outside of your purview into this group. That was kind of along the lines of what I was thinking. Do you guys think that's a
Yes,
okay idea to do?
yes,
Just to say, hey, we're here and here's what we're doing and
yeah.
here's how to reach us.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So I'll volunteer to draft that message and maybe bring it to the next meeting if people want to
Mhm.
review it before we turn it over to somebody to send out.
Okay.
Okay. Next agenda item I have is should we be thinking about adding any members to this committee from other departments in the town?
Board of Health,
Board of Health.
yeah.
I also thought of the assessor's office and potentially the zoning board of appeals. Obviously, folks need to volunteer. I mean, it would, but if we invited them and they volunteered and then we went back to the BOS to ask to add members, that would be,
Mhm.
I don't know if people think that's a good idea or
Do you want
there's
to
any
add,
downsides.
I don't care either way, but do you want to add members or do you want to just reach out and say, what do you got for issues?
I would suggest adding a member. I
Mhm.
just think we'll get a little bit more consistent involvement and,
From each board?
yeah.
Mhm.
And
Definitely
we may
board,
not get any bites, but if we do and we can get them here to join, I know there's such a thing as having too big of a group too, but I kind of think the Board of Health is an obvious one.
Yes,
Um, I thought of the assessor's office because if this process goes through, or even while we're in the process of making challenges to it, there could be some very in the weeds kind of tax implications that,
Mhm.
you know, they might be able to educate us on,
Mhm.
you know, both for planning purposes and for, negotiations and things like that.
Mhm.
And getting them involved earlier on, it might be better than later, you know? I don't know about the ZBA just because I know it's not a big group and also, they're actually, if they get this petition allowed, then they're really not going to be subject to our zoning, our zoning bylaws anyway. But I don't know if there might be some, at some point, some need to sort of, set, you know, some conditions or
Mhm.
where the town might have some authority to, you know, deal with, some type of, permitting process
Mhm.
at some point where they could be involved, but I don't know. If anyone has thoughts about ZBA.
That's a good point because I've forgotten there's a whole series of things that if this does get approved by the siting board, the whole series of things that the town can still do to delay and
Impose.
make it harder for them. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, assessors and ZBA might be good.
What about either the police or the fire? Not so much as the police, but the fire department, so they could have a say, because they're going to have to deal with an issue if something happens.
Definitely.
And this way, they'll know what people are what groups or sections of the town council and
Mhm.
town departments are planning. And it could benefit to have at least the fire department possibly on it.
Thoughts, anyone?
They can attend either way.
Yeah, they could.
Well, that's a point.
Yes,
In retrospect to that, they attended the little thing that they put on about the preparedness
Mhm.
at the selectmen's meeting the last time.
Mhm.
And I spoke to the gentleman who was running it, and he was a firefighter. And had mentioned the fact that Ocam doesn't have the ability to fight that fire.
Mhm.
And there's no water source out there unless it's put to the area of construction.
Mhm.
With that said, has the department members gotten together with civil defense and looked at some kind of aspect of a plan that would help organize this in case they were all called upon, you know, worst case, middle of the winter, big snowstorm, the highway department goes out, the fire department and the police and cordon off the area. Has there been any kind of get together that they're planning to be proactive to get this in place?
I would say no at this point.
yeah.
Maybe that'd be a good suggestion to bring up, meeting with the department heads and, you know,
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of, I have a couple of thoughts about that. The petitioner, addresses the, need for, fire services very superficially in the petition. And if my memory serves, I think they kind of downplayed the risk of a fire, but said that they would provide training to the fire department. I think that was how they kind of covered the topic. So naturally, that's a huge, issue, to, bring up beginning, I think, at the public hearing
Mhm.
coming up, just in principle.
yeah, because we
And-
have no
Yeah,
fire hydrant in town.
And I think it'll also be a very substantial and significant legal point to make as an intervener as well. So there could be some, ground gained just through that kind of process. But as Phil mentioned, if the petition through the whole process winds up getting approved, and then it has to come back to the town in some respects for involvement in, planning amendments and things like that, that would be the opportunity, I think, to really dig in deep on, all of the different fire-related mitigation steps that the town would need to take, that the company would need to take, et cetera. So I agree with you. It's like a central issue. I'm not surprised that it's kind of not been, something that's already being worked on, because I think it's still a down the road issue. But discussions could certainly start happening now on it locally.
Actually, I just saw a fire chief walk in.
Oh, okay.
Good, yeah.
Yes, Steve.
Ask him if he
Very
wants.
pertinent topic. I don't know if you're all aware. Last Tuesday night in Boulder City, Nevada, 2 more megapacks ignited. Okay, and they fought it all night long. During the evening, they were throwing 1,000 to 1,500 gallons a minute on the 2 burning units. Try and keep the adjacent ones cool. That was last Tuesday night. Tesla megapacks. That's 2 megapack fires in less than 30 days.
Yeah.
Parkfield, California, Monterey County, 2 of them went up in flames. And then last Tuesday. And there's extensive coverage on the internet of the fire last Tuesday night. You can see an interview with the fire chief.
Mhm.
There's all kinds of data. There's amazing footage and photos. And that was a 114 unit facility.
Mhm.
That's, that's very pertinent.
Tim has been over,
We don't have 15
over these
gallons a minute
that
to throw at this,
Mhm.
a fire.
that installation is so dense that I can't see how you'd even get a fire truck safely to maneuver in there. If you get a pumper down there, there's another one behind it. If you got mutual aid, no place to turn around, no place to back up if the smoke direction
How many gallons
changes.
does the pumper truck hold?
2,800.
2,800. Wow, hi chief.
Right.
Exhibit A, you heard last Tuesday night what happened, Boulder City?
Yep.
There's your exhibit A for the night of the 16th.
So I don't want to jump in. I was just called in here. I know Dennis knows I can't really speak of this because of the town council stuff.
Oh, mhm,
So I'm limited what I can and can't say. I don't want to mess up our
right.
thing.
The reason I asked Jen.
Yep.
The question was asked, have you contacted or been in contact with, it would be Tom Hughes, Emergency Management Director, and the other departments as far as any kind of coordination? I said, I didn't think you had, as far as if something goes wrong, if this actually.
Yeah, we haven't got, we've all talked about that, we don't have the resources,
Right,
but as far as the actual plan, we have not started that yet.
right,
That's with that company, the meeting we had with the guy that wanted to meet me, their safety consultants wanted to meet with me, and I told them we're not coming up with a plan for a program that's not approved yet.
right,
Right.
So that's where that stands, because yeah, that's gonna be a big,
yeah,
NFPA requires quite a document for that.
Mhm.
that was the biggest thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other question, and actually before I even ask you this, back to adding to the committee. My concern, you mentioned 4 different departments adding on. We got 5 now, that's 9 people.
Mhm.
If they don't show up, we don't have a quorum,
Mhm.
so we can't make any decisions.
Mhm.
So that's something to consider of whether people are gonna actually show up if we add members.
Mhm. Yeah, that's always a concern. Yeah.
The other question came up of adding people to this committee.
Yep.
From departments, and the fire department was one.
Yep.
That was mentioned as a possibility. Don't know if you have any interest in that or not.
No, I mean, I
or
definitely
time.
want to be involved. So a couple things, I want to be involved again. I'm being very careful because again, you know,
Yep. No, I know.
I'm told so I don't mess anything up because I can't speak against the 4, but I can give facts. I do want to be involved, but I think maybe once we get a ruling either way, But I do, if it does for some reason get approved, I have a list of concerns 2 miles long about zoning and planning and like you just meant when I walked in on the access, the water supply. Yeah, I mean, I have a list going to my office that we could meet for a day about. And then stuff, equipment. So there's stuff that if this does happen that we need to have, even to meet requirements that, I've been going through the NFPA requirements on this and I have more concerns than not.
So I would say, as of right now, you probably don't really want to be a member of the committee.
Yeah, I want to, yes. I just don't know what, and that's probably between you and the board. I don't want to mess anything up. Yeah, it was very strict.
Yep. No, I get it.
Interest things and stuff like that, and I'm supposed to go to the State House and testify, so I don't want to risk
Okay.
that.
Are you speaking at the October?
I don't think I can. Really? I'd have to, again, check with council.
Can we get Jake or someone else to speak?
So the fire department has to stay, to be fair and transparent, we have to stay neutral. We can provide facts like about equipment, types of equipment, what we currently have.
Okay.
Again, this is what I've been instructed, again, so we don't hurt our cause. I can't just speculate and say, if this happens, this is gonna
Okay,
we have to be very, very careful and we have to play chess, not checkers.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I said,
Mhm.
I don't want to mess anything up for anyone in town or anything like that. So if it's cleared by council, I have no problem speaking and saying that. And I definitely want to make sure that we can give facts. So I'm no problem with that.
If you don't speak at the hearing, maybe you can give us what facts.
Yeah, like I said, whatever.
Somebody else can.
Yep.
Speak it.
Yep, I can give you, like I said, I have very, very clear, like you mentioned, what do we have for,
Right.
what do we have for water? What do we have for this? What do we have for
Equipment, water,
staffing,
manpower,
all that stuff. Yep.
yeah,
Absolutely.
the whole
And
deal.
also the mutual aid,
Yep.
you have the facts on
Yep.
what towns have.
Yep.
What. So another fire, well, someone else could stand up.
Yep.
So.
Well, before you came, hi, I'm Matt Broderick, by the way, nice to meet you.
Okay.
Before you came in, we did discuss, I mean, this very complicated, I know, as far as steps, but we do have kind of a hard deadline of October 16th to at least get a plan together for the hearing. But we did discuss requesting that all the department heads do speak at the hearing. So but we also discussed about consulting with town council ourselves as a committee. So we'll just make sure that we kind of overcome that hurdle ASAP, just so you kind of know where the town stands on what it would like to see.
Yeah,
But
no, I'd definitely
Yeah.
like to. I
Yeah.
think, like I said, I'm a firm believer in facts.
yeah,
I'm not gonna sensationalize anything, but I know what we have.
There's plenty of them.
Do, yeah, so
yeah,
if I can give facts, then
yeah,
I'd love to do that.
yeah. Great. Yeah, and it wouldn't just be you, it would be chief of police and highway department and other board chairs and things like that we're encouraging to speak on behalf of the town. But we'll make sure that we are all cleared with town council before anyone's put in any kind of position like that.
No.
Yeah.
The only other thing, too, speaking of that, again, I apologize, I didn't know this was going on. I was down presenting for the seniors. But we just have to watch occupancy for that. I don't know what we're expecting for people, but
We actually were going to question you on
Do you know-
that.
do you know
I
what the
know, I
occupancy is?
emailed Kevin Clark about 2 hours ago. It was funny, one of those things, my brain doesn't stop. About 2 hours ago, I emailed Kevin Clark from the school district.
Yeah.
They'll have that on there, what the occupancy of the auditorium is.
Right.
Because I'm a firm believer of, we're looking, hey, you have to follow code. Well, we're following it too to make sure we.
Sure.
Yes,
Everything is.
yeah.
So it would be the auditorium and the.
And the cafeteria, they put some sort of remote into the cafeteria or something like that. So,
I think so, yeah, that's what I was told.
yep, we just have to watch that for occupancy of the school.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then we'll, also have sort of it set up so that anyone that gets turned away can also just be told that they can go right home and get on and live stream it with a link so that they don't miss it if they're disappointed that they can't get in. But I agree with you. I think there's a good chance that there could be an overage occurring, given all the publicity. There's also probably going to be a lot of media there as well. We shouldn't be surprised to see a couple of news vans out front.
Has anybody been pushing that?
Yes.
Good, okay,
Well,
yeah.
you got Jason Crosby from Fiscal Alliance, and you got Sean Grady from Spectrum News
Uh-huh,
that said that they should be there,
good,
that I've contacted.
good.
Yeah. Another reason to enforce the fire code.
Speaking of that, I know that Barry's interested since they got it going on. Can we make sure that the Ocam residents get first allowance in the building somehow, just
That's a really good point.
Yeah,
How would we do that? But that's a good point.
well, we have to check in on going in.
Yeah,
Could we open up the library maybe?
Well,
People can bring internet.
when we have town meetings.
I could do the fire station again. We could bring that I mean, granted, there's only that little TV that's out there, but. Yeah, although the school's taking my chairs, so that's the stand.
Hmm.
The school has to borrow our chairs. I said, yeah,
Hmm.
you can take them all down there, but.
Hmm.
But if you need the building itself, always,
okay.
You gotta run.
so yeah, I got an inspection to go do.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know.
Thank you for joining
No,
us.
Robin, you guys all have my number and email, so.
It's only our second meeting, so hopefully.
And I apologize for not giving more information, but I don't want to jeopardize anything, so.
Appreciate it.
Fair enough.
So.
Thank you.
thanks.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
911, right?
Yes, 911.
You know, on that same note about the telecast, if you could set it up with the Quabbin, they could broadcast up there and watch.
For the Barry
The
residents.
Barry
That's a good idea, because legally, I don't think you can keep all the people out of there because
No.
this is a public hearing.
Yeah, it's probably a little dicey, yeah.
Yeah, so if you give them the opportunity to go watch it.
They might like that even better.
Yeah, that's more convenient for them.
Mhm.
So let's try to wrap up on, do we want to add members and who do we want to add?
Board of Health.
Board of Health? What if,
Who's on the Board of Health? They're kind of short.
there's
Ariana
two
and-
people that I know. of.
Brianna and Susan Weeks,
Yeah,
Liz,
those two.
Liz Weeks, isn't it?
those weeks.
I would say Ariana would probably not show up. I don't know about Liz,
Mhm.
but like I said, my concern is if we expand the committee and people aren't showing up, we don't have a quorum.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
I don't necessarily have a problem with other people coming on.
Yeah.
Except for that.
Well, maybe that can be sort of like when we ask them if they're interested and they say yes, maybe we should like just really drill down hard on,
You gotta
your
show up.
availability and you're showing up and
Yeah.
we're offering hybrid participation, so that should get better too. And
Yeah.
just make sure that people are gonna make a firm commitment before we just wave them in.
Yeah,
So Board of Health,
Mhm.
what do folks think about a Board of Assessor rep?
I think if we just keep them informed,
Yep,
it might be enough.
might be enough. Okay,
Because if they have any questions, I mean, Diane Peterson would probably ask us any questions that the assessors would have.
I have questions for them too, so maybe they could
Yeah,
come to a meeting too. Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. Lucy, any thoughts on that?
Assessors would be good.
You think assessors?
It probably would be Diane,
Hmm.
would be the girl that comes on Thursday.
Okay,
there you go.
If you didn't want them to be a member, maybe they could be a consultant status. That way
Right.
they can come in and out without
Yeah.
being.
They could volunteer,
Yeah,
right.
you could still have their input, but it wouldn't be holding up a vote.
Mhm.
Yeah,
the only issue with that is any, I'll say private
yeah,
information, they can't come into an executive session.
Mhm.
So if there's stuff that we're planning on dealing with town council on and, ideas,
Even if they already are on, a committee, say on the board of health, they still couldn't.
if you're not on whatever board or committee's going into executive session, you can't come in. And some stuff you don't really want to be discussing being recorded
yeah.
as far as, getting ready for
well, we can maybe just soak in it a little bit and think about it some more and maybe.
We can ask them,
It
yeah.
sounds like we're pretty unanimous on Board of Health, right? So should we just
Mhm.
invite one of them to see if they want to volunteer just to start out and then maybe the other the other suggestions, we can kind of just think about a little bit more.
You want to have an odd number on a committee though. That'll put you at 6 if you only had the Board of Health.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
What's quorum now?
So we're 5, so we're
More
3.
than, more than half would be a 4.
Yeah.
So if you had 7, you'd have to have 4 show up.
Mhm.
Yeah, that could be tough.
That doesn't sound too tough, though. 4 people to out of 7?
We got 5 right now and there's 4. of
I mean,
us here.
I'm a guarantee every time. Anyway,
Everyone's not like you, Matt.
well,
You're unique.
that's for sure. So where are we?
Board of Health,
Board of Health?
do we invite one of the two? Do you want to postpone it till next meeting? Make it official?
I mean, I'd like to invite them both and like have them work it out amongst themselves, which one is gonna
Good,
Yeah.
want to
okay.
do it and
Right.
be consistent about coming, right?
Good, okay.
And then, do we want to do the same thing with the assessors or not, do we think? I think they're gonna have a lot of involvement in this as this process goes forward, maybe not so much right now at this point, but
Mhm.
you know, similar to like what Fire Chief was saying, if
Yeah.
this thing gets traction, and they're gonna be like knee deep in a lot of these issues with us.
Yeah, I would say that's true.
And so it might be good to get them involved sooner rather than later from at this level. I don't know.
We can ask them if they can make the commitment.
Yeah, and if they can't, they can't. Then we have our answer, you
Right.
know, and we'll just ask them to come to as many meetings as they can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
As long as we don't have a quorum issue with that.
Yeah. Well, if we do, then we'll do something about that. So.
Okay.
All right. And we already talked about reaching out to the department heads. But given what Chief Howe just said, it sounds like we should probably maybe talk to town council first and find out about that after tonight, and then we can go and forward with that maybe at the next meeting.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Public session, anything folks want to raise? Yes, Mr. Corey?
I think this issue about the fire is huge. And can we get some support maybe? If we're talking mutual aid, we should be able to get some support from these other fire departments. They're gonna be called to come down here. You know, the idea that these people that want to dump this chemical plant behind my house think that people are gonna come running down to fight a toxic fire. Well, I can tell you where Harold Black's gonna be. He's gonna be loading up his horses, his parents and his kids and getting the hell out of there. He's not gonna be down there fighting a fire. So you're down one member right out of the gate. And if there's somebody down there that can drive the stuff that he can drive, I wanna meet him.
Oh. Wait.
Fortunately, the fire crews last Tuesday in Nevada said we have access to a hydrant.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with all this is.
Yeah.
Like I said, Dennis, they were throwing 1,500 gallons a minute, mainly to cool
To cool the
Yeah.
adjacent units.
adjacent units.
That's all they don't want you
It's
spraying
not
it
to
on
put
it,
the fire out.
Right,
it's
right.
To keep it.
but we don't have that volume of water.
So if we get mutual aid and we got that volume of water from just a string of pumpers, where's all that water go?
Well, that's the other thing,
The
right?
contaminated water.
Dousing those fires for that long, putting that much water, you know, as runoff,
Mhm.
and it's carrying whatever it's carrying with
Yeah.
it, you know,
And
for
they're
toxic
putting
materials.
Mutual aid towns in jeopardy.
Right,
All their forces are gonna be here trying to fight a disaster,
right. Can we,
and their citizens are at risk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do you think we could get some support from the area fire departments, just writing a letter to say this is a crazy idea?
Huh?
We're not, you know, we're not crazy about sending our guys down to fight a toxic fire without proper turnout gear or adequate water.
yeah.
I mean, I'd like to hear what the chief of, the fire department in Rutland thinks about it. Or the guy in Barry.
Mhm.
I gotta tell you what, if I was on a call fire department, I'm at a baseball game and my boss calls me up, say, hey, the toxic fire over there in Oakham can you come up to the department and,
I grabbed my
jump
kids
on a
and bees,
truck?
Yeah.
I'd just say, no, I don't think I'm coming. I wasn't for this in the first place.
Yeah.
You don't want to be breathing the fumes from that. so
It'll make you blind.
Firefighter.
It'll destroy your retinas.
Yes, Michelle?
I know we would have to ask the chief the facts on how much water and where they pump it from.
Yeah.
Do they get it out of Lake Dean? I know they have on Forest Hills, they have 2 ponds that they could pump out of, but those are very limited on supply, but how much water can they pump into a pumper truck? So yes, if you have a constant flow of pumper trucks. But
If they got 2,800 gallons in each truck and we got to dump 1,500 a minute,
yeah,
There's not enough.
you got about a minute and a half per truck.
and then you got people trying to get there, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I don't think Lake Dean's gonna be enough. Are they gonna be able to go to other ponds like in
Like the
Rutland?
Quabbin.
I don't
Yeah,
believe you can even get,
the water.
if we had the supply,
Okay.
we don't have the volume of trucks, even with
Yeah.
the local aid department.
You couldn't shuttle it down there
Get it
fast
down
enough.
there
No.
Because how long does it take to load a pumper truck and then,
and drive there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make the big corner around the thing and then back up and then another one's coming in and.
I mean, it just seems unrealistic that they could possibly fight a fire down there. The way,
They
the
can't,
way that's situated.
they can't. That's the simple answer to it. They cannot do it.
Right.
It takes 30,000 gallons of water to put out a little battery fire.
Mhm.
This is not a little battery fire we would be looking at. We would be looking at something much more massive.
Mhm.
And I personally, after going to some of the talk they had in Barry, they're not looking at our fire department to even get in there, to go near the fire at all. Their job, from what they told me, was to be in the outreaches of it, protecting our forest.
Mhm.
They do not really want our fire people in there. That's what I was told.
If you just let
So
it
if they
burn.
don't want
Whole
our
thing on
people
the
there,
property.
they say they can
Cascade,
send us help
cascade
in
from
2
unit to unit.
hours.
yeah, they have a 2-hour,
They have
To
a
get
2-hour window to
their
get their
people in,
people in
yeah.
to help us. But in the meantime, we burn.
I learned something last night. You might find this interesting. Not to ruin everybody's day, but apparently Tesla, when they did their durability testing for the Megapacks, it's all modeled on software. They never did actual physical durability testing.
Hmm.
It's just modeled on software. But that's what Elon Musk does.
Yes, Michelle?
now on another thing, instead of the fire issue. Has anyone talked to Durant or Berthium to invite them to the October 16th to stand up for the voters in Ocam?
that's what these letters are.
So we're inviting them to come,
Yes, and
And-
speak.
okay.
Mhm. Yep. And hopefully they will.
Matt, I just curious if you're kind of making, well, I was doing this morning, making a list of all the different things that want to get hit on and then somehow spreading them
Yeah,
among different people.
yeah,
And I don't know how you want to do that. And you know, I get some people that I definitely think would be good speakers, not me. But being able to get different people to hit different things, so we're not all just going
correct.
fire, 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 and they go, oh
Right.
yeah, we got a fire suppression thing.
Yep.
You guys are all just.
Right.
fire,
Mhm.
Nothing,
Yes,
because I figure they're gonna have answers, even if they're lies,
Right.
so.
Yeah, yeah.
That we need enough issues to hit on that.
That's right. right. That's a really good point. So, folks have been thinking about that and kind of cataloging and inventorying all the different issues and the ones that overlap with each other and the ones that are distinctive.
Mhm.
And thinking about, so there's like a couple of layers to this, right? The one layer is, guest speakers coming in from, if the state or federal representatives come in and have something to say, they have a perspective and should be covering certain territory, hopefully, in our favor.
Mhm.
And then what we were talking about earlier is organizing all the municipal, stakeholders and making sure that they're kind of keeping to their sort of, silo of interest and credibility and all that sort of stuff. And then the last layer is members of the public and residents. And that's also overlapping issues. They're going to bring a lot of the same kind of concerns, but from the perspective of an abutter, the perspective of a homeowner that, is multi-generational in town, like there'll be so there's I think the subject matter is very vast. And I think we have lots of people who are, very interested in participating and representing their interests in this. And as you said, I think the key will be to, have everybody trust that all those different layers will kind of, work together in a coordinated way and present the picture that needs to be presented. And hopefully somebody will, but nobody feels like they have to cover all the ground on this, because the ground is very vast. But I think just in the way the town is organized, there's definitely natural categories of, fire, security, health, environmental. There's lots of, natural kind of subject clusters, I think, that we can make sure that are being covered and are being covered sort of by the right people in with that sort of expertise.
We'll make the point that Tesla's own literature deals with fire suppression by setting fires. They acknowledge that a runaway generates explosive gas, and so each one of the Tesla units has igniters in it to ignite the explosive gas and vent it through the roof so it won't explode.
So they set them on fire themselves if they're,
In their
overheat.
literature, they have what they call sparkers
okay.
inside every module, so that instead of blowing the door off the thing, they set it on fire and vent it up through the roof.
In the chemistry they're using now, the LFP, lithium iron phosphate, when it burns, it generates 50% or more of the gas as pure hydrogen.
Mhm.
Remember the Hindenburg?
Yes, yes.
And if that sparker system failed and the vent systems failed, and one of those things filled up with hydrogen and then ignited, anybody near it is gonna get killed.
Yeah, the sparker system fails.
Yeah, I think that there's all kinds of fail points, that could happen at any time from day one to day 1001 with all those
I
things
think-
sitting out there.
I'll bet Dennis has looked at the text specs on these machines. I'm sure you've looked at, they're incredibly complex.
Oh, yeah.
Really a complex system.
Yeah.
They've had fires because coolant leaks.
It's not a pile of batteries.
The two
More to
XL,
it than that.
the two XL version, which they want to put in here, it has 106 gallons of ethylene glycol mixture. They're liquid cooled, and then with the fan system, you get a coolant leak, boom, overheat, thermal runaway. In Australia, 2 years ago, they had electronic component failure on two of them. 2 months after the whole thing was energized, it was brand new, 2 months later. Electronic component failure on the AC side of the unit. Those two fires.
Which is not uncommon for computer circuit boards.
They're really complex things.
Yeah.
They really are.
Mhm.
There's so many points of failure, any one of which can lead to a thermal runaway. And when you add 296, the risks are just.
Compounded, yeah.
Scales, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
296 cents worse.
scares the heck out of me.
You were there at the Board of Health meeting. Maybe you can make the other members aware that the Board of Health is going to look into the noise. Also the water. I turned around and I says, I'm only 7/10 of a mile away downhill. But I think the town, or not the town, I think the state or the company itself should have to test the wells locally.
Mhm.
before construction, periodically during construction, and periodically after it's built. Because it's not just if something does leak and something runs off, or, they have to compact the soil so hard. Is that gonna affect people's groundwater?
Also
So
just
I,
construction in the
Yeah.
mud running downhill.
In a lot of cases, Michelle, like down at the dump, the Berry dump,
Mhm.
there's test wells drilled all around that dump.
Mhm.
But the problem is, all around this is MDC land, and are they gonna allow you to drill test wells in there?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, you would think they'd have a vested interest in not only allowing it, but encouraging it, wouldn't you?
You
Since
would
it's
think.
their land.
They don't seem to really care.
Yeah,
and the noise, I mean, granted, the DEP supports the Board of Health, so hopefully they could get some of the equipment in order to do, ambient noise and test it at different times of the year, different times, because now we're coming into fall, we're coming into leaves coming off. I know sound travels.
Yeah.
The hum is gonna travel down the power lines
Mm.
because it's opened. Even with the noise walls, which we don't even know what they're made of, it's not gonna.
They have no intention of building that wall.
No.
No.
They'll take all those fines before they'll build that
That
wall.
wall,
Yeah, yeah.
that wall, I figured from the line on their mock-up, I figured using Google Earth measuring tool, I think 1,500 feet, 21 feet high.
Mhm.
Buttressed footings for the wind loading, all that. Interior sound, acoustic covering on the end. $45 a square foot. So you're looking at $1.4 million to build that wall.
They're not gonna build that wall. You're right.
Well, their sound report says it's in compliance. It won't exceed 10 dBA to any nearby residences.
Mhm.
So if it doesn't do that, they don't have to build a wall.
Mhm.
But it's not gonna comply, trust me.
Yeah.
It's gonna exceed, it's never gonna comply
Mhm.
with 310 CMR 7.10.
Yeah.
Never,
We're ready to sign an acoustical consultant.
tremendous.
Who is that, Phil?
HMMH. It's a company in Burlington.
Oh, that's good news.
We have three proposals. His is the best, and when I talk with each of the people, he seems to be the most savvy. He's recommended by the town of Uxbridge town planner.
If you look, if anybody wants to look at that company's website and you see the projects they've worked on around the country, it's impressive, really impressive. So I think they sound like a fantastic company to go with.
Yeah, people don't understand how much noise this thing's gonna make.
A lot.
And I tell people, when we lose our electricity in Ocam and people's generators start up, and you can hear them on the other side of town when it's really quiet. You picture 10 acres,
Yes,
you picture 10 acres of heavy duty equipment down there. And the idea that these people are gonna mitigate sound just can't
It's a
happen. It's
joke.
not physically possible.
I hate to
Sorry
say
about
this,
this generator.
if it gets built, I hate to say that because I think we're gonna beat it. But DEP tells me if it's not in compliance, they work with our Board of Health. After our Board of Health issues a complaint to them, they will come and work with us to get it mitigated to where it's within compliance.
Mhm.
But based on what I've learned, I don't see how they could ever bring this thing into compliance with 296 of them. You're talking 1,480 cooling fans.
yes, yeah,
And they modeled it 40%. They're gonna run higher than 40%. When it's 90 degrees out, they're gonna run
Yes.
probably 80%.
right.
And now you're talking about a combined sound output of about 120 dBA at the source.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
But
Do these have generators on their own? So
No,
Ocam does lose power.
no,
These, how are these fans going to? Or they just automatically backfeed themselves?
yes, the backfeed themselves, but
That's
they
what
only
I'm
run
saying.
for about 4 hours.
right.
And if there's no upload to the grid, maybe they'd run it for a few more hours of that. But if we had a prolonged summer heat wave, day and night, um, they're not gonna maintain their cooling for very long. Feeding their own units.
The other thing which you brought to my attention a month ago, their sound proposal shows 212 units. That's 84 units shy of 296.
Yeah,
Now, when you take out 84 units, you're
this shows a full 296. Yeah.
over a decibel because the sound is additive for the number of units.
Mhm.
So why they did that,
Oh, yeah, they might have figured a number of units before the plans were officially showing 296.
right?
So yeah, there will be that
So that's
many
how
more
it
added
goes.
to,
That sound report's not legitimate.
that's a
Because
good
it's
point.
on 212 units.
They might have taken it from another study from another place that they built one of these and they had 212 units and they just said, that's close enough.
That's possible because they had a cut and paste error in their own report. They
Mhm.
referred to the town of Tewksbury.
Right, and it just, I think I've mentioned it before. They contacted another DEP office, told me she's never seen the sound report where all the equipment and sound level data is blacked out.
Yes,
And she's been doing this for 20 years.
yes.
And by the way, as I told Matt earlier, I spoke to her this morning. I think someone talked to her. She was gracious, but she said, I can't get involved because of conflict of interest laws.
Uh-oh.
But we do have her public testimony from Westfield, and we can use it as a roadmap to dissect the sound report for this project.
Yes. Any other comments? We're gonna have lots of meetings, so there'll be lots of opportunities for people to come and say their piece and give us suggestions. And we appreciate everybody's suggestions and thoughts and ideas. I think this is a town inspired right now, and we're gonna I think we got a lot of great intellectual resources to throw at this right now as a group. So thank you.
One last thing I noticed on the Stevens's letter,
Uh-huh.
letters, that looks like it was written by a lawyer. That looks like an official legal request.
I didn't see it, but that's good to hear. Yeah.
Said he used AI to do it, I'm not
Oh,
sure.
yeah, okay, but it looks legal.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
One thing I,
He figured out how to do it. He figured out how to do it because the language in there, they don't want you to know how to do it.
No.
But,
Yep.
once you understand what they're looking for.
Yep.
It's not that complicated.
Yep. Yep.
Like I say, all that does is hold your place for future.
Mhm.
You know, for future action. If you,
Yep.
you miss that deadline, well, they won't even talk to you.
Yeah.
I told you about the town of Wendell. They had their lawyers do an addendum to their initial response to the Massachusetts Attorney General on their bylaws. supporting
Yeah.
the bylaw.
Yep.
I need a copy for you. You haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that, no.
Tremendous information in here.
Okay.
I highlighted what I thought was pertinent, but.
That's great to hear, because I actually
Tremendous arguments.
just started doing research myself on similar bylaws to us, so this is
Phil's
great.
got a link to it. And there's also with that is a 57-page document listing about all the accidents,
Yes.
the danger, everything. You should send that to Matt.
Uh-huh.
You should send it to Dennis too.
Great.
Site.
Thanks.
But that is quite a.
Anyone wants a copy, I'll provide that.
one thing I,
Yep.
just among us here, the board voted to allow the Board of Health to attack town council in relation to this.
Mhm.
So do you have a problem with if we kind of swap that over to this committee and you deal with
I
that
mean, the
through the
planning board.
committee?
The planning board, you mean?
Planning board, what did I say?
Board of Health.
No, okay, sorry.
Problem with what?
We voted last meeting to allow you to contact from
Right.
the planning board to contact town council
We've
in
done that.
relation to this.
Uh-huh.
If I can get tonight, and I had something put on the agenda so we can deal with this, but if I can get permission for this committee,
Mhm.
and then you do your Board of Health contacts, anything you have through the committee
Mhm.
to go to town council.
Okay,
I assume you'll have no problem with that.
right, yeah.
That way we don't,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like
We don't want
everybody's just.
1,000 people contacting them.
Right.
We want to
Yeah.
make sure that, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's sort of funneled in the right.
I think it won't be an issue getting that permission swapped instead of to the planning board.
Yeah.
You could still obviously.
And it would work the same with Conservation Commission too, because like Lucy's the member here, and if there's any Conservation Commission issue that needs legal counsel consultation, you could bring it here and, you know, we could provide that as a committee to the Conservation Commission.
Mhm.
Okay, great. All right, next meeting,
Tim,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
450 is the total for the school.
Good to know.
That's the whole building. So no more than 450 people in the building anytime.
All right,
Oh,
good to know. All right, thank you so much.
thanks, Tim.
450. Okay.
We better get there at 4.
Lots to do, and then the meeting tonight is gonna have a lot of information for us to follow up on after the Board of Selectmen. So what do people think about reconvening in either Thursday or Friday of this week? Would anyone be available to do that?
Thursday probably better for me than Friday.
Thursday at 7 or 6:30?
I can do either one, yeah.
Yeah,
Six-
Lucy, are you available?
Friday evening?
Thursday
Thursday.
evening at
Thursday
6:30?
Evening, it should be fine.
Would you prefer 6:30?
Hmm?
Would you prefer 6:30 to 7?
I prefer the lighter the better, yeah.
The later?
Lighter.
Oh, the lighter. Oh, okay. So
6:30 is good.
6:30 is good. Okay, so 6:30 on Thursday.
You have to post it.
I'll
today.
post that today. And we'll go from there. All right. Any motion to adjourn?
No move.
Second.
All in favor?
Right.
Aye. Meeting closes at 2:21 PM.